Hi everyone, how are you? All right, let's go ahead and scroll on up. Let's see who is here. Ooh, that camera is really bright. Hang on, I want to fix that before we get started. So start thinking about your question of the day. If you haven't answered already, I'd love to hear what you say. Let's see, I'm gonna fix this camera. Hang on, bear with. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, so let's scroll up. And the question of the day today is, would you rather be the size of a small hamster or the size of, like, would you want to live in the world as a giant or the size of a small hamster? Keeping in mind, no one would be after you because, like, to study you because you're giant or small. Like, this would just literally, how would you choose to live life if you could? As a giant person or as a tiny little hamster-sized person? Christine says that's a very one to mull on. I personally rather not live in both worlds at all. Okay, that's fair. Emily says small hamster. That way my fiance can bring me to in his pocket to work. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Hi, Dawn. Kenny, good morning. Kara, good morning. Let's see. Dawn. There we go. Mei Lin, good morning. Let's see. If I miss anyone, I apologize. Scroll down, scroll down. Annette. Hello, Annette. Hello, Pamela. Let's see. Bonnie. Hello. Elizabeth. Good morning. Let's see. Scroll on down. Oh, hop down. Hang on. Oh, thanks, Pamela. So kind of hanging in there. Haven't colored in a while. That's okay. That's okay. We can hang out and just chat. It's a really hard question, right? It's kind of hard to choose. Hi, Alex. Elizabeth says small hamster. JC, good morning. She said she'd be a hamster. All right. Let's see. Wait, Pamela says a giant. I love it. Let's see. A giant person for Kenny. That's my personality. Huge. I love it. Hi, Emma. What book is this from? This is from Magical Dawn. This one is from Magical Dawn. I think that I would prefer to be a hamster. I don't know. Do I want to be a hamster? I'm thinking like the that Studio Ghibli movie of what is it? Like The Secret Life of Arrietty? I think that's what it's called. It's Arrietty something or other. Anyway, she's like super tiny, and like a cube of sugar is like this big. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun. Like, what's that movie, The Borrowers, where they use like a whisker to sew? Like that's their sewing needle. Anyway, it's super silly. But I was just thinking about that today because I was thinking about the question and then I looked at the page and I was just like, well, she must be tiny because she's got these flowers and these butterflies, so she must be super tiny. Heather says, good morning, beautiful coloring. Makes me want to color. I've not done that for months. Well, it's a good time to get out your books. Well, it is bright and early Wednesday morning. I got my coffee. It is 10:03. In US Central Time. Shannon, good morning. And so this is the page per chat request. We're going to continue working on this one today. I went ahead and caught up, and basically this entire half of the page is done, except I haven't done the ribbon on the bottom of her dress yet. I haven't done her shoe or these ribbons here, but otherwise it's on here. So here's the order. Or the gold to remembered your coupon was able to, oh, awesome, Bonnie. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. That's awesome. Yay. I love a good discount. I think a giant because a hamster is caged. I'm not liking that thought. Okay, well, what if you weren't caged? What if you were just a small person and somebody had built you a small house? The rest of the world was big. Oh, you said giant hamster? Shit. So like you're small, the rest of the world is big. You don't live in a cage. You just have a little tiny house, but you have to live in the world as it's made for normal humans. So you can just live your life, but you're tiny. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna work on today, because the goal is my brain. We're gonna catch up a little bit here. The goal is I want to color at least one flower, I want to color at least one butterfly, and then I want to do the ribbon and possibly the shoe. But the idea is, Elizabeth, I want the wheel. That is true. That is a risk. You could get smashed. That is very true. Yeah, either way, it would make it hard. I suppose I could be a giant and go where like no one lives so that I don't have to worry about like fitting between buildings. You know, coffee cups are going to be like this teeny tiny. pastel pencils, not pastel tint color pencils though. There is a page that we did for a Halloween event, and I did pastel pencils it was a Harry Potter one, wasn't it? It was a couple years ago. Ah, thanks. We're gonna do the stuff and it's gonna mean me. Okay, that's fair, I appreciate it. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start with, well, what do I wanna start with? Let's start with the butterfly first. I feel like we're gonna kind of work our way up to doing something a little bit more. You ever just have those days where you feel like your brain just wearing army boots? It kind of looks like that, doesn't it? But yeah, you ever have those days where it just feels like your brain isn't entirely caught up with the rest of everything else? I gotta wait for the coffee to kick in. All right, and in fact, I know this looks like one of the disposable cups, but it's just a reusable one. It's just plastic. I don't even remember where I got it. Can't remember, but anyway, it looks like a Starbucks cup, but it's reusable. All right, be a giant hamster with army boots. I love it. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the butterfly. We covered, like I said, we covered the dress and the leaves and the sash and all that last stream, so I just finished that up. But we're gonna start with the butterfly. And for the colors for the butterfly, I actually want to use, the colors on the butterfly, oh, thanks, Emma, that we used on the rest of the page. Now we're gonna be including, I think, a little bit of cream with these flowers, because I was trying to think about what color I want to do, and I'm thinking like magentas and blues for the flowers, but we're gonna include, oh my gosh, thanks, Bonnie. We're gonna include a little bit of cream on the flowers, so I want to include that on here as well. So let's take a look at the colors. I think we'll grab a light yellow and then just go light. It doesn't have a cream that I feel like is super light, like I would like it to be. But I think that if we use this light yellow, we should make it work. So light yellow is here. And so the only other pencils that aren't in the Kalours, for anyone wondering, we are using the Kalours. The only other pencils that I'm using, right, there you go. The only other pencils that I'm using is the blender pencil and the white Prismacolor, and then obviously the Kalours. So let's go ahead and warm up a little bit with some butterfly. So let's see, these are the three blues that we used for the hair. Pale blue, sky blue, and dark Prussian blue. That was for the hair. And then on the dress, we used a collection of spring green, light emerald green, medium green, forest green, dark bluish green, I know it's a lot, heather violet, deep magenta, medium violet red, and burnt brick red, but we only use that on the leaves, so we'll use that if we need to. But for the most part, I want to use Shannon. Hi, Kelly. For the most part, I want, oh, and hi, Mandy. I didn't see your name earlier. Apologize. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But yeah, so this will be our last day working on this page. And then we're going to do a Maggie and Torios page on Friday. I don't know what pencils we're going to use yet. I will decide once I choose the page. But yeah, so we're going to give these a quick sharpen. How has everybody's week been so far? Realizing I did this with like a little bit of pink gel pen, but it probably should have been like blue because it looks like there's almost like water coming off of these, but like these little drops that are here. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead, shift on up. Let's get this a little bit brighter. Yeah, that'd be good. All right, get in a little bit closer. And we are gonna work on this little butterfly. I think it's so cute. It's got the little ribbon tied around its tummy. So we're gonna have to, no schedule this week. Nice. Sounds like it's a good time to relax. Okay. I've got all my pencils here, and yet for some reason I have my Apple Pencil over here too. That's not where that belongs. That needs to stay with my iPad. Oh, and we also have the Posca pen, which is what I used on the hair over here. Okay, so the nice thing about using these colors is, one, they're all already out and it just kind of ties into it. Hi, Della. Thank you. I did color for 3 weeks. It's hard. Yes. I remember when my kids were that young, a lot of times we would just, like, I would do it while they napped. Of course, I don't know, 2, I suppose, you know, a little, they are starting to age out of naps. I don't know, do they still take a nap at 2? Maybe like 1 nap. But yeah, it's hard. It's like, okay, well, I want to take the nap to color, but then it's just, how do I do all the other things I need to do? So I feel you on that one. It is hard, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna use the dark Prussian blue. I have a lot. I'm really sorry, I get dizzy, I'm staying. Oh yeah, no worries. If you need a rest, that's just fine. Psst, is my Apple Pencil over there too? I just have the one. I'm sorry, Shannon. The little girl would be a work in progress of mine. Let me see if I can color along with you. Yes, that'd be fun. Yeah, we did kind of fun colors for her skin and her dress and all of that. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and use the dark Prussian blue. Okay. There we go. I nap after I color. The kids are on their own. So there you go. Shannon. Melissa. Good morning, Melissa. All right, so we're gonna use the dark Prussian blue. And we're just gonna kind of add it in different places on the butterfly. I'm gonna do it on the outside of the bottom part too, to kind of keep it consistent. But yeah, I finished this one, finished getting caught up on this one yesterday, actually. I was watching Buffy. I'd been watching Merlin for a while, but I'm in the last season now and I know how it ends, so I just wanna not. Right? Well, I know that, well, see, my iPad has, let's see, where did it go? I think I have it in the other room, but my iPad has a flip cover on it, and then it's got a little elastic loop next to it, and so I keep my pencil in there. But it's too bad you can't do like the, you know how you can do like Find My Phone through Apple, or like I'll use my iPad to find my phone sometimes. It's too bad like the pencil somehow can't like emit a sound, be like, here I am. Apple Pencils are these here. I use it on my iPad, so you can plug it in and charge it, but it's used a lot for like drawing. I use it on Procreate. But yeah, it's incredibly handy. This is how I do my coloring pages. I know like a lot of people prefer like it is hand drawn, but it's hand drawn digitally, and that's mostly because it's nice because the iPad, the program I use, compensates for my shaky lines. So it's really nice. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and keep using the dark Prussian blue. And I know I keep stopping to drink my coffee, but I'm still waiting for my brain to catch up. So I'm like, yep, we need something to wake up. Oh, you guys remember last stream when that lead fell out of the pencil? Someone suggested exclamation point bloop for a command for when it just sadly falls out of the pencil barrel. Oh, you found the charging cord, yay! An empty container, I put books in that, I wanna color. Oh, awesome. I use Procreate. It's really nice because you can color in there too. I have colored an entire page digitally. It was the toucan page from Magical Jungle. But the funny thing is it actually took me immensely longer than a regular page because I zoom in. And so when you zoom in, all of a sudden the image is like, it's like we'd be coloring this portion, the sides of the page. And so because I was zooming in, it took so much longer. So I actually don't like to color digitally. Someone equals me. Yeah, so charging cord, I think I can technically plug in my regular Apple cord to it because when it has an adapter, it's got the little round thing, but for the most part, you can just plug it directly into the iPad for this one, and then the little cap goes in there. I just have to not lose the cap when it's charging. Okay, so let's go ahead and use sky blue. There we go. We're gonna go over that dark Prussian blue. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't talk this morning. Dark Prussian blue. Unique New York. I need to do like warm-ups before I go and do these. Like, I swear I'm tripping over any. Anyway, I did make a command, exclamation point bloop, for when a pencil lead sadly falls out of the pencil barrel. Oh, that's cool. It just sits in the top? Right, Pamela? Absolutely. Oh, awesome, Dawn. So I have an older generation one. I got this one like 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was a Christmas present. Steve got it for me. And, well, actually, no, I think it was a family gift. I think it was a contribution. Anyway, but the point is, I got it a few years ago and we got an older generation. Mine's not a 10-inch, it's a smaller one. And it was like a previous generation of iPad. But it runs everything fine because, you know, they all update to the current operating system. So, I mean, I like it. It works really nice. Yeah, no, mine's an early, I couldn't even tell you what generation mine is. I don't remember, honestly. Right, exactly. Mine is, now I'm curious which generation, because we got it a better deal just because it was older. But mine has, saw it over there. Mine has this little elastic loop on the side so that I can store the pencil there. But now I'm just curious which generation I have. We got it on Amazon. I don't like to buy them refurbished because you never know what's gonna go wrong with them. But let's see. It is, what generation is mine? You can tell I very much pay attention to the technical specifications of my iPad. Let's see, it is, well, it has a model, but it's an iPad Pro 9.7 inch is what mine says. It doesn't say what generation, but yeah, iPad Pro 9.7. Let's see, what did Kelly say? Gotta go mow before it gets hot. Oh, sounds good, Kelly. Have fun. Yeah, exactly. I want to make sure that mine is new, especially if it's an older one, because if something then goes wrong with it, like what's the likelihood that I can, you know, get it fixed? Like it'd be nice to get a larger screen someday, but I kind of like the fact that mine is an older generation, just because, so I have a newer iPhone, but I have a PC computer. I don't have a Mac. And so when you have videos or pictures that you need to transfer off your phone onto your computer, it gets immensely more complicated. Like sometimes you have to go through iTunes because you can't just plug it into your computer and call it good to go. And so what I'll do is my iPad is an older generation, so I can plug it into my computer and just drag and drop files. So what I will do is I will airdrop whatever it is I want to send, airdrop it to my iPad, and then I'll plug in the iPad in the computer. It sounds like really complicated and a workaround, but I don't know. Like I use my computer for a ton of different things. I would not want a Mac computer. I mean, 11-inch iPad and the pencil. Oh, that's awesome, Danielle. That's awesome. iPad Pro 5th generation. Yeah, I know it's older. What one can you draw on? That's the iPad Pro. Like I said, I use Procreate. I'll pull up a program here. Gotta make sure I'm not pulling up anything. Let's see. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, okay. So this was a project that I worked on for the coloring lamp. And the nice thing is, let's see, is it gonna spin? The nice thing is in a situation like this, where we did, let's see if we can zoom in here and make it darker. There we go. So this was with the coloring lamp, and this was printed in a really large size. But the cool thing is that you can adjust the like the thing that you're working on. Like this could be 6 feet wide, and I could adjust it for 6 feet wide on the iPad and make it work that way. And then I can just draw with the pencil, and it makes it so nice. And like I said, it compensates for like when I make shaky lines so that I can add in all the details that I want. And if you guys are curious about this, we've done a couple live streams where we colored this live. But anyway, yeah, it's super handy. I like it a lot. Every now and then I'll use it to like watch a show, but for the most part, that's usually only when my phone's like about dead and I want to watch something while I'm coloring. You can't take one hand off to duck a tree branch. Like you can't, wait, what? Speaking of mowing, I drove the zero-turn mower for the first time Saturday. I only hit 2 trees. Yeah, I'm a pro. Good job, Shannon. I'm so proud of you. Well, you hit 2 trees, but how many trees did you avoid? All right, pale blue. Because like if you avoided like 75 trees, you know, only hitting 2, like, it's impressive. 2 hands required. Got it, right? Yeah, don't operate heavy machinery with you know, fewer hands than you're supposed to. Of course, I suppose if someone only has 1 arm, they really have no choice because they got to mow their lawn. Way more than 2. You got to be part octopus to drive it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and fill all of this in, and then we'll use our blender pencil. Gosh, I'm glad we started with the butterfly. My hands needed to warm up. Kara, thank you. It's and I didn't hit the fence or the house or any vehicles. I'm so proud, Shannon. Exclamation point hype for Kara. Thank you. Use those. handy dandy hype emotes. And check it out, we are only like 14 away from our member goal for getting a new emote, so that's super exciting. And then next month, we have another free coloring page coming up, so if you haven't gotten your free coloring page and you're a member, don't forget to get that downloaded. There we go. All right, so now let's go ahead and grab the deep magenta. Fixed by, really interesting. They consider it vintage. Well, I got a couple more days to get it fixed. No, it works fine. So honestly, if this one ever breaks down, I'll probably get a new one. But no, it works great. That's so funny. A couple days, my iPad will be considered vintage. Wow. More colors for pencils. Danielle, I agree. Because fun fact, when I was trying to figure out what pencils to use for this page, I was looking at the Winsor & Newton, but they just didn't, right? I love vintage stuff. They just didn't have enough colors because I was like, well, I'm gonna need some skin tone colors. Maybe for the Maggie and Terrios, we should do the Winsor & Newton. I forget how many are in it. Is there only like 48 or? Question of the day, High Tech Gal says super tiny, everything would be super fascinated in that scale, right? My only caveat with being super tiny, which is the one that I chose, is bugs. If I'm super tiny, then the bugs are super giant, and I'm already a normal person size and terrified of them. Like, ever since I had gone outside at night that other day and I had this bug like dive bomb me, I'm just like always like alert and paranoid. And so last night I had to go out there, I had to go outside, it was dark, and I about had a heart attack because I saw this thing about this big like go past right in front of me. Yeah, it was a little toad. Where we live here, we have these little Texas toads, and they're super cute and super tiny. They're only like this big, but when they jump out, and then like he jumped into the garage, and I'm like, buddy, you can't be living in here. So like he went under the car, and me and Steve are out there trying to like, we had this broom, and we're not touching him, but we're just trying to get him to, you know, go, because it's, you know, we're like, hey, look, there's something scary here. Woo. Oh, thanks, Patty. But yeah, it was the adventurous toad. Frog and toad are friends. You get scorpions in Texas? Yes, I don't see it. I don't see them very often. There was a place around here that I worked at that was kind of out in the country, and it was actually when I was pregnant with little Emily, and I was in this office. Oh, I used the wrong pencil. That should have been deep magenta. I was in this office and I'm sitting up in this chair. Again, keep in mind, I'm extremely pregnant. And I look down and then there's this tiny little scorpion. It's like this big, and his little tail is like swirling in the air. I was too afraid to get down from the chair. And then eventually I trapped it under a bowl and had one of my coworkers come out and take care of it. But I was like, oh my gosh, I might get stung by a scorpion and I'm very pregnant. Della says super tiny because I'm nosy and I could be the veritable fly on the wall. Ooh, there you see, if I was super and tiny and could fly, that would be even more so. Can I add the ability to fly as a super tiny person? Oh, interesting, Brittany, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, and they say that the smaller ones are the more dangerous ones. Like, I couldn't tell you what kind it was. We're gonna go ahead and do this area here. I just remember that it was really light colored, like a really kind of light tan color, almost kind of see-through. And he was only about like this big, but he was scary. I don't bug. I can't do bugs. I can't do, the bigger they are, the more I freak out. Like, yeah, I can't bug. Nibbles is like on the verge of small things that I like. I like Nibbles. He's all cute. He doesn't bite me. And so, you know, I can handle him. For those of you who don't know, I have the kids, we have a family hamster, and he's rather chonky. Shannon. Oh, that's so cute, Christina. Actually, it's really funny. We're gonna use medium violet red now. So I got these little tunnels, you know, the little connecting tubes for Nibbles' house, and it has these little cubes up top, so we can go through the tubes, hang out in the cubes, and then go back down to the main part. But he has completely decided to move into the cubes. I have to clean his little habitat later today, so he's probably gonna be mad at me for shifting everything. But he has filled the little cubes with like his bedding, and like one of the tubes he has all of his food piled in. And it's so funny because the box sides are clear, and like I was thinking that he'd want to, you know, sleep somewhere where it's like darker and he feels safe, but nope, he is on the top of his habitat and he's just hanging out in his little cube. And I'm like, all right, dude, you do you. Let's see. Dog gets jealous when you color. See, there you go. Brittany, I think I saw a message from you yesterday asking that. I didn't get a chance to get to it, but I will message you about that later, okay? But yeah, he's just hanging out up there and the kids love it. And it's interesting because everything is clear, I can kind of see where he's storing everything. And so it's interesting how he chooses certain places for his bedding, certain places. But the funny thing is a lot of times he'll push his bedding up under the wheel and then I have to go move it so his wheel will actually move. But we haven't had that problem this week because he's taken all of his bedding out and moved it upstairs. Away from our cats one day, they had in the hallway. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is one thing about living in Texas is the bugs. Like I don't, like I said, I don't bug. I can't handle the bugs. We got the mosquitoes, we got the fire ants. The kids really want to camp out, you know, just in the backyard or whatever else. But we have got fire ants, you know, not like visible mounds, but they're just, you know, wandering the grass as they do. And so it's just like, I want to let them do it. But I also don't want to get eaten alive by fire ants overnight. I mean, yeah, we'd have a tent, we'd zip it up, but these little buggers, man, they're shifty. They'd figure out a way into the tent to come and like eat my nose. Because they sure do like my feet. Hi, Tanya. No scorpions here, yeah. Yeah, I am not a fan. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do, I said I wanted to bring in some cream since we're going to be using that on the flowers. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of, yeah, Brittany, don't worry about it. I'll chat with you about it a little bit later today. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do Heather Violet. And then we're gonna use the cream with that. We'll do some slightly lighter colors. But I don't even know what he's doing in there right now. He's in his cube, so I couldn't even get him out if I wanted to. He's just doing his own thing. Ah, to be a hamster. Water in the garden, it's hot for the, oh, that's what I heard, Marcy. Yeah, you guys got a heat wave over there. We have some friends who still live out there and it was so hot that they went ahead and camped out outside because, you know, a lot of places, especially in the Pacific Northwest, they don't all have, central air. I mean, that's like a requirement practically down here. But even as it is, like we're starting to reach, not starting, we are technically in a drought because there's been so little rain. It's not mandatory yet, but the people in charge of the water, they're asking people to conserve and like only water on specific days. So, you know, addresses ending in, you know, whatever, like all even numbers, you know, get to water on, you know, Mondays and Fridays and, you know, the other one on other days. So they're starting to put in a few like voluntary things. It's like I said, it's not mandatory yet, but I mean, there is no rain in the forecast at all. There's been a little bit of wind, which always like makes me think like, oh, sure, it might rain soon, but not yet. I am looking forward to a nice big rainstorm though. Air conditioners last year, so inside is great, but outside is right. I know, like we just have not been going outside like at all. We take trips to the library, we'll go run some errands, but I mean, it has not been below triple digits in a few weeks. Like thankfully, like it was up briefly in the teens, like, you know, 111, 113, all of those, just briefly. But now it just kind of hovers right around, you know, 100 to 105, so ugh. Hi, Marcy. It was 100 here yesterday. Today's 98. Yeah. Can't stand spiders of any kind, but a lot lately I'm intolerant of daddy long. Okay, so yeah, daddy long legs are the one spider that I am okay with. He's just like, he moves in, I'm like, okay, you can just eat all the bugs. Because you know they're just gonna hang out in the corner and they don't want to come bite you and they just, you know, eat whatever bugs. So I don't recall the last time we had one in the house, but I never kill a daddy long leg when it gets in the house. It's supposed to creep into the low 100s? Yeah, well, and we have the humidity here too, so it almost seems worse. We have these 2 ice cream trucks that always drive through the neighborhood, and I don't usually go out there and do the ice cream trucks. I mean, you can't just be going out and getting treats like every day. But anyway, it has been so hot, and out of the 2 ice cream trucks, there's the good one, and then there's the one that looks a little shifty. So we don't ever go to the shifty one, but the good one came by the neighborhood, and so we went out there, and the kids got to pick out an ice cream each. Joanna, hello. How is I guess the move going? Have you guys settled in yet? Technically, they're not spiders? Well, what are they then? I assume they were spiders. They have 8 legs, don't they? I mean, it's an arachnid. Right? Yeah, well, I grew up on the Pacific Northwest. It really wasn't too bad. The valley was a little bit hotter, like maybe 100. Okay, let's do medium green. Medium green are deadly to other bugs. Yeah, exactly. And if they were to bite a human, it'd be bad. Really? They are daddy and granddaddies. Yeah, they eat other spiders. Interesting. All right, so let's see. What do I want to do for this middle stripe? I'm going to leave that one for now. We're going to go ahead and do the medium green. I think we'll definitely break out some gel pen for like these little dots here. But yeah, it's like between the heat and the humidity, like the feels like is in the teens. It's not actually that hot, but like, I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out a way to balance the heat and keeping the vegetable garden alive. We have one of those standing awnings, and so I have that kind of permanently over the vegetable garden, so it only gets the afternoon sun, and it's like not just wilting everything. Plenty of black widows. Oh yeah, we have terrible mosquitoes this year because it didn't freeze last winter, so rainy until June. Now it's just hot. Yeah, the mosquitoes are oof. Oh, hi John. Hi Ruthie, how are you? But yeah, I don't bug. If I can avoid any and all bugs, I'm good. I don't mind ladybugs. Ladybugs are cute. Probably if they didn't look cute, I wouldn't like them. Yeah, it's the deep heat wave. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, you know, we'll get some rain soon. The kids are going back to school next month, so we got to start planning for that too. The funny thing is, though, is whenever we get to the end of summer, like I start planning, like, all right, we got to figure out Halloween and like all the other stuff we've got going on later in the year. And I don't know. I'm a planner. I like to plan. Right, Christina? I'd be down with that. That's right, Southern California. Oh, what's the weather been like there, Joanna? All right, so now we're gonna do medium green again, and I wanna do what we did here, the same thing here. Then I need to think about what color I want the ribbon to be. So we're gonna, oh, I just realized I colored this, but it's actually one of those things. So we're gonna grab our handy dandy eraser here. There we go. I want to get the lines away too much. Where did I set that? There he goes. I feel like maybe we have, but no, I just call them daddy long legs. What's the difference between daddy and granddaddy long legs? I feel I need to know. Right, Joanna? Well, the kids definitely need new backpacks, and I think little Steve could use some new school clothes, and then we'll have to take a look at, because we never, like, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, we would do, you know, go buy new school clothes for the beginning of the year. But our thing is, like, you know, maybe if they, so that they have something new to wear on the first day. But I mean, if they've got a bunch of clothes that they haven't grown out of yet, like, I don't want to buy a whole new wardrobe before school starts when they still have like a ton of perfect, considering just how quickly they grow out of clothes at this stage. It's like, no, we're just gonna buy clothes when they need clothes. Granddaddy, you're all, there you go. Y'all just are strange humans. What? I've always called him Daddy Long Legs. I was gonna use that green, but we're actually gonna use light emerald green. I don't know, am I the only one that does that? Like I said, little Steve has grown out of a bunch of his clothes, so he's right in line to get some anyway. And then of course, you know, little Emily, she'll get, you know, a new outfit just so she can have something new to wear. But I mean, if they don't need the new clothes, I feel like it's almost a little wasteful, like going to get new school clothes if they have a ton of other clothes that are perfectly fine. Hi, Natalie, welcome. Oh, that's nice, Joanna. That's really nice. Yeah, a lot of it is, you know, like notebooks, and then more like collective supplies for the classroom. So, you know, tissues, hand sanitizer, dry erase markers, all of that. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of the pale blue. Let the boys pick a new shirt and usually a new hoodie. Yeah, right, exactly. They start here on Monday. I don't remember the exact date, but it's August for sure. I want to say we've got a couple weeks still. We got a couple weeks because we haven't even had like you use pale blue. We haven't even had any of the you know, beginning events that they have usually that kind of kick off the school year. But yeah, I need to take a look at our schedules and start see if they sent out the supply lists and all that good stuff. But the kids are excited to see their friends, so. I always bought a few outfits at first, then did actual shopping in October. My kids always grow. Yeah, see, exactly. Like they just are going through growth spurts so fast. And we recently needed to get little Emily a bunch of new clothes, like at the beginning of the summer, because she outgrew her stuff. And so it's like, okay, you have this perfectly good wardrobe. Let's get you a new outfit, but I don't feel like buying an entire new wardrobe. Trying to find some decent school supplies for Una. Their Gap price gouging. Oof. Just try online. Here in England, they've only just broken up from school. That's right. You guys have different kind of holidays going on, right? Bailey goes back in September. Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, Pacific Northwest was September also. But yeah, we're August here. But like I had some friends who posted and their kids were off to school yesterday. I was like, wait, already? No. What's my Facebook page? Do I have a link for it? But you can just search Emily Illustrator on Facebook. Una goes back to school August 11th. Mine might be somewhere around though, or it might be a week later. I know we have at least like 2 weeks left. I just don't know the exact day. Ooh, Dollar Tree. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. All right, so forest green. But yeah, it's just a matter of collecting everything. They definitely need new backpacks. That's one thing that usually gets pretty beat up by the end of the school year. So that will be a thing we do. This one is a little bit scratchy, but new backpacks are always fun. Oh no, Kenny. Thanks, Shannon. I couldn't remember. I'm terrible with it. I actually tried to print. I didn't finish doing it, but I was trying to keep track of what all my commands were, but I was, I don't know if we got it in chat earlier, but I was proud of this one. Bloop. I can't remember. Tanya, was it you who suggested bloop? I was cleaning up my desk yesterday and get ready and I saw the sticky note that said bloop and I was like, oh, it's bloop. My girls always wanted to mall shop at Buckle and their jeans cost $80 to $100. Oh my gosh. That kind of really goes back middle of August, but my sister's going to go back next week in Atlanta area. However, they have a fall plus. Plus, I think everyone's, it was you, Dave? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, it was you. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't write who said it, so me. Okay, well, that's the command for it. It's very dramatic. I sat here thinking about how I wanted to phrase it yesterday, so. She was the one who said bloop, who suggested bloop. Okay, let's go ahead and use the dark Prussian blue on this part. But yeah, so we have the bloop command. She ain't getting credit for that one. She will, however, get credit for the pink plunger. Have you bedazzled it yet, Shannon? Good morning, Angela. How are you? It's nice though. We're already halfway through the week. We're halfway there. Living on coffee. Ooh, I made some scones yesterday. They turned out pretty good. I used the Measure for Measure flour. They were a little bit denser than they usually are, but yeah, they were really good. Like legitimate scones. Like it was like not like the triangle with all the fillings, like it was the round ones, but it was really good. Even better when they were still warm, because they got a little bit like once everything cooled, I felt like they got a little bit denser yesterday, but they were good. Oh my gosh, right, Alex? Well, we have, I haven't done it in a while, but when the kids were even younger and they grew out of clothes even faster, we would go to like Kid to Kid and Once Upon a Child, which are, for those of you who don't know, they are secondhand kids clothing stores. And because kids would grow out of clothes so quickly when they were younger, a lot of those clothes were like brand new. As you got into like the older sizes, some of the clothes were a little bit more worn, which is why I don't really do it anymore. But when they're younger, you know, basically 5 and under, you can get a lot of clothes for a really good deal. She will not know the day. I love it. But yeah, and I mean, they like it, and they like it, new apples. What set of pencils are we? We are using the Kalour color pencils. The link for it is in the description below. I want to say they are under 40, and last I checked when we did this last stream, there was actually a coupon for them. They were on sale. So if you are interested, all right, we're gonna use forest green. It's too hot to bake, it's too hot to eat. Well, thankfully we have really good AC here, and fun fact, I did another like midnight baking. So I had a friend that was coming over yesterday, and so the night before I was like, I'm gonna make scones. So it was like 11:30 at night. I'm like, I'm making scones. So I did. And I had a snack, went to bed probably later than I should have. We're using spring green, but they were really good scones and they got all eaten up. There was only like, it only made like 12 of them, but they were really good. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little bit of the deep magenta. Right? They are so nice. They're a great budget pencil. I was thinking of that last night when I was coloring with them. For being less than $40, like they're a really nice pencil. You know, you'll find a little scratchy spot every now and then, but honestly, the amount of pigment that they lay down, it's really impressive. You think, you know, budget, like, you know, maybe it's not going to be so great, and you know, the wood itself could maybe be a little bit nicer. And I think the cores are slightly off center because of how they've been sharpening. But otherwise, they're really nice. I like them a lot. Let's see, I need the lighter pink. We have kids, oh, Kid to Kid in South Carolina, great for grandbaby. Found smock dresses. Oh, Laura, that's so cute. Let's see, Heather Violet. Actually, when my friend came over yesterday, we were chatting about babies in general, and I got out some of the boxes that had my kiddos' clothes in it, and they were so little. Anybody watch How I Met Your Mother? You know, when Lily and what is it, Mitchell? No, anyway, Lily's husband, I forget. It's been a long time since I watched it, but they see that little sock and they're just like, sock. And so that's what I was doing yesterday. I was like, it's a little sock. I forget how little they are sometimes. Let's see, that was a good buy. And you don't have to coddle it. Exactly. Marshall, that's what it was. Thank you, Melissa. I knew it was an Emil name. Mitchell, Marshall, Magellan, I don't know. Or the 240 colors yesterday were 23% off, and I used a 5% off coupon from Renee, and I had points, so I only paid $16.50, 7 cents a pencil. That's amazing. They are, yeah, you can get these ones on Amazon. That's amazing. Gosh, I love a good deal. Love, love, love it. That's why I love going to Joann's, because they usually stack coupons. But it's like I look at those little baby outfits and I'm just like, oh, can't believe they were ever this little itty bitty. Right? That's awesome. I love a good deal. I just feel so much more justified in my purchase. Not that I need to justify my purchases because I'm an adult, but as an adult who shares a bank account with you know, her family and has small children, there's always a certain level of guilt that comes with purchasing things for myself that I don't really need. But if it's a really good deal, then I feel much more justified. Hi, Emily. We are coloring in Magical Dawn by Hanna Karlzon. We are using Kalour color pencils, and we are working on a butterfly. For those of you that have just come in, this is the entirety of the page at the moment. We worked on this part on the first stream, and then I caught up, and now we're working on this. After the butterfly, we're gonna move down and we're gonna do a flower, and we're just gonna try and touch on everything. Smock dresses are expensive, but found them there for 15. Nice. I'm trying to think, smock dresses, are they simple enough that you could sew them? I remember too, I found like these little crochet sweaters and dresses that I made, and I was just like, oh, they're so impractical, but they're so cute. I had a lot of lofty ideas as a first-time mom. Like, I made these onesies that had puffy paint on them, and I wrote little fun, cute sayings on the onesies. And then once the baby was here, I realized these aren't practical at all. One, she's just gonna cream them out. But two, they can't exactly lay on their tummy when they've got plastic little puffy paint poking through their onesie. So I was just like, oh, Joanna. You know, I'm kind of like feeling that though, because the kids, like, I look at them in comparison to like other like actual babies, and I'm like, they're so tall. Oh, nice, Laura. Awesome, Marilyn. So funny because everything has rolled up sleeves or extra long stuffed in baby socks. Oh, that's cute. Spring green. One of the things that I pulled out of there, we had a swaddle blanket that we used on both the kiddos, and it's one of these ones that like, it has the body of the swaddler. So here's the open part of the head, and then it's got like these flaps that are here, and then a long one. And the idea is you like put the kid's arm, fold the flap over, put the other kid's arm here, pull the flap over. This goes across here, and then this goes around. And the idea is you wrap them up like a little baby burrito. But the idea is, for those of you who are unfamiliar with swaddling, you wrap up a baby nice and snug when they're really little, because it keeps them from like scratching themselves, poking themselves in the eye, and they also sleep more comfortably because it's snug and it reminds them of the womb. And so it's actually a great way to calm your baby. But it's just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got this whole contraption. She's 21 now. They told me pregnancy in her first 3 years that she wouldn't. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Tech Gal. Right, Joanna? 1 year for Christmas, my daughter put her baby doll in one of her little dresses in the shadow box. I let her cry every time I see it. Right? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awesome, Tech Gal. Yeah, I love things with happy endings. It's so nice. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do spring green. We're almost done with this butterfly, and then we're gonna move down to the flower. Like I said, I wanted to be able to kind of touch on everything. Now we just got a lot of these like little spots. Oh gosh, Joanna. Little Steve, he was a big baby. He was over 9 pounds. I don't remember the exact ounces. I've got it written down somewhere. But yeah, he was a big baby. But big babies run in my family. My nieces and nephews were all like 10 pounds, so I actually had a small baby. All right, so dark Prussian blue is what we're gonna do here. All right. See, I feel like my mouth is finally caught up with my brain, tripping over less words. Baby burritos, right, Melissa? Little baby burritos. The funny thing is, though, is we called little Emily a little baby ninja because she would always break out of her swaddle. It's like, how did you even do that, kid? How many do I have? I have 3 other. No. Yeah, I have 3 others. I couldn't math for a second. Daughter was 10 pounds, right? They were saying that little Steve was like the biggest baby that had been born in the hall. And I'm like, well, it's not that big. It's normal for us. But he was a good baby. He latched right away, and he was just, the only thing is he like never ever took a bottle. Like the amount of different bottles, the amount of money I spent on different bottles trying to find one that worked for him, like, ridiculous. Dark bluish green. Like, we're done having kids. There are 0 plans to have more kids. But part of me always wonders, you know, like, now that I've had a boy and a girl, like, what would a third one look like? You know, would they look completely different than their siblings? Would they look, you know, kind of the same? Like, it's interesting. Genetics are funny, especially with Steve and I being an interracial couple, it's a bit of a grab bag of, you know, who they could end up looking like. You see those couples that, you know, they maybe are both super dark skinned, or one is super light and one is super dark, but then the baby comes out like super light, or like the opposite of them. Like, it's just, genetics are fascinating to me. All right, deep magenta. Like, genes that are supposed to be dominant actually end up being not dominant. And it's just like, it's so cool. It's fucking Joanna. Heather Violet. Well, people honestly thought that I was the nanny when my kids were little, just because they didn't look like me. It's just like, I literally have this kid like attached to me eating, and they're just like, oh, whose kid is that? I'm like, I don't know. I just picked it up off the street. I mean, isn't that what everybody does? All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of Heather Violet. And then here. A little bit of this light yellow. There we go. Oh wait, not there. We should do it there. Right? Felt like that woman from that viral BBC interview where they're interviewing the husband, and then the little toddler, you know, walks in with elbows swinging and everything, and then the mother comes in, but people assumed that like she was the nanny or something, but actually she was the mother. And it's just like, I feel you. I feel for you. Thanks, Casey. Well, I mean, this one's a butterfly, but yeah. We'll get to the flowers. We'll get there. All right, let's see. I feel like these other spots are so small, we should just do gel pen on them. And the gel pens that we have are the super glitter gel pens. These are from Arteza, and I love them so much. If you can't get a hold of these, the Sparkle Pop will also work. I also really like the Sleechy metallic gel pens, these ones here. And these are another sparkle gel pen. These are the, what's the name of it? Oh yeah, these are the dual metallic hybrid pens, and they are also by Pentel. Anyway, we really can't go wrong with any kind of Pentel gel pens. And I don't ever use them for like full colorings, but you can see here, I use them to outline, I don't know if you can see that, there we go. I use them to outline the stars. There you go, you can kind of see it with glitter. And the little dots, so that is what we're gonna use on here. But before we do that, we're gonna use the blender pencil on the butterfly. Let's see, where's the, let's see. I mean, our mix too. The oldest looks more like me and the younger looks more like daddy. You would take them place. People who assume he's watching his girlfriend's kid. Oh my gosh, isn't that just hilarious? I mean, the assumptions that people have, and it's just like, I'll tell you one thing, if I've learned anything over the years, it's not to assume anything. And you know, just in general, you don't make comments to people because one, you never know the situation, and two, it's probably not something that they want to hear. But you know, one lady said that she thought I was the nanny because I didn't look old enough to have kids. I think she was just saving face, but I'm like, I'll roll it. Right? So sparkly. Daughter wore 2T until she was almost 7. I had to carry a step stool in elementary school because she couldn't reach fountains or toilets. Aww. That's adorable. It's like when people ask pregnant women, like, if they're pregnant, but you don't know for sure if they're pregnant, like, unless I have vocal confirmation from said pregnant person, we just leave that be. Because how bad would you feel if you're like, oh, how far along are you? And they're like, I'm not pregnant. And then you'd be like, oh no. I mean, knowing me, that's something I might like do because I'm a bit socially awkward. You know, I wouldn't even say socially awkward. My thing is that I just tend to be, one, I talk a ton, which works out well for this. I mean, what? Me talk a lot? Like, right, Alex? But, yeah, I have a tendency, I have to like physically remind myself to let the person get a word in edgewise. I'm like, okay, I need to, especially if it's like somebody new that I want to be friends with. It's like in high school, whenever I gave speeches, I'd have to write on the note cards, like in big red letters, like slow down, you know, enunciate. Now I don't really have that issue because like I talk to all you guys and I'm like, hey, look, it's me. Hey, Steve, hey. Oh no, Angela. Oh, did she just go red in the face? Steve's being a turkey. You like the couch, don't you? All right, let's see. I'm gonna fill in these little fellas, only because I've already colored over them, and we're just gonna roll with it. So let's start with pink. Let's start with pink. Here we go. Oh, I made another command too, because it's very comfortable. It actually is a very comfortable couch. Exclamation point, I finally added it. Exclamation point, ladybug, for the little vacuum. That's why I write things down on sticky notes, because then I come across it later and I go, oh yeah, I was gonna do that. Now, one of the reasons I started up here is because I didn't want to smear the gel pen, so it works out well. Awesome, Renee. Floor it is, right? Nope, you don't even get the couch. I'm relegating you to the floor. All right, let's see. Do I want to do pink there? Yeah, let's do pink in between here. And we'll zoom out so we can see the butterfly all together, and then we'll move down and we'll do the flowers. And the stars were just a blend of pinks with the gel pen on the outside. Okay, let's see. Let's do pink on these inside ones here. We're definitely gonna get some yellow or some gold. There we go. All right. I was yelled at by an older lady in the grocery store for having babies too close together because it destroys your body. She just about died when I told her they were 2 minutes apart. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I just don't get people. Like, first of all, like, there are two options here. Either you made the decision to have your children or you didn't. And if you made the decision to have your children, it's your decision. It's your body. You know, like, it's none of their business. Of course, don't even get me started. That's going to lead into political. And we're just going to leave that one alone. But, you know, and then if, like, it wasn't planned, it was accident. It's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Not have her? Anyway. Ah, gotcha, Renee. It's so interesting. I had a woman, when I was pregnant with little Steve, I was at the grocery store, and I had this woman, like, accost me in the dairy aisle, like, telling me about how I shouldn't, like, sorry if this makes you uncomfortable, but that I shouldn't circumcise my son. Whether or not we do that, like, that was our business. And she just, like, she saw that I was pregnant, asked me what I was having, and I just, you know, nicely responded, because that's, you know, I like to think I'm a fairly nice person, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm having a boy. And then she just started going into it, and like how I was gonna ruin his life if I did, because I didn't even tell her whether or not, you know, we were going to it, because again, none of her business. But she just like was so adamant about it. I'm like, lady, I don't even know you. And then here's the crazy thing. Like, I don't think she knew what car I was driving, because there's no way she could have. But she probably put them on multiple cars. But I go out there and there's like this leaflet, this pamphlet about, you know, how you shouldn't circumcise your sons. And I was just like, oh my God, none of this is your business. Like, what? Like, I don't even, like, anyway, she was adamant, and I was just like, lady, I just want to buy some yogurt. like this should not be something I should be accosted for in the dairy aisle. Like, if maybe this person was like my best friend, or I don't know, the father, then I would legitimately discuss whether or not this was an option. But I'm like, you're the crazy cheese lady. Like, who even are you? So, words of warning to anyone that feels they should be this. Don't be the crazy cheese lady. Oh my gosh, really, Dee? Like, it's crazy. Both? There you go. Maybe you could switch back and forth, Kara. All right, I want to test these greens because I don't remember what colors they are. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, we'll do the light green. I was just like, what is even happening right now? It's like the Twilight Zone. I should have never like answered her that I was having a boy. Like, I was just like, what? What is wrong with you? I don't know. Like, when it comes to like, you know, my friends or even in real life, you know, obviously nobody has the exact same stance on everything. Everybody has, you know, different feelings about whatever, whether it's political, whether it's religious, you know, whether it's your own personal beliefs. But like, everybody is different, and that's okay. That's what makes the world, you know, interesting. But I would never try to like accost someone and convince them to change their mind. Like, I was just like, who even does this? Like, we need to get you some help. How are you, Dee? Yeah, right? And be like, okay, well, I'll look into that as long as you look into a therapist and you know, just get a few things checked out, you know? All right, this is kind of dark and I want to balance it out. So I'm actually going to add my own little dots to the outside of the wing. There we go. I mean, I'm an emotional pregnant lady. You can't yell at me and tell me what to do. There we go. And we'll do a few on the second wing as well. I think more than anything, because after she said her spiel, she walked away. But I think I was just like more stunned than anything else. I mean, you know, I'd had random people come up and like touch my belly and everything, but you know, as sad as it is, you kind of just expect people to do that. But this one like blew me away. I was just like, okay then, you have a nice day. Yeah, quote, don't be the crazy cheese lady. I love it. Just gonna put that on a shirt. And then whenever anybody asks me, I can tell them the story. Let's do the little ribbon on the butterfly before we move down to the flower. I'm gonna move the gel pens out of the way. What color do I want the ribbon to be? Let's do the ribbon, the color of her sash. So I chose the darker green, which is the dark bluish green, and then I used pale blue and light emerald green. Here's the part, and I had double stroller. I said how much. I saw all the time if they had the same dad. Oh my gosh. Kept working and volunteering to help with special needs and disabled individuals, so I had a lot of experience and basically knew what he needed even without service. Oh, that's awesome. Right? Exactly, Alex. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this ribbon here. I'm gonna just have this turn because it's easier. Well, actually, not for this one. So this ribbon goes here. I'm not gonna zoom out quite, maybe a little bit, just because I want to be able to see the whole thing for you all. So we're going to use the dark bluish green. Just kind of how we did the hair is how we're going to do the ribbon in the little sections. There we go. And then I think, yeah, we'll do it. It's hard to say which ribbon belongs to what, but we're just gonna roll with it. There we go. All right, and then this one here. I hate doing the middle. If I turn the page like this, it makes it so you're coloring it. Because the thing of it is when you color on the spine, like it forces the pencil lead to not be as light as you would like it to be. There you go. Okay, and then let's do these on the tum-tum, on the butterfly tum-tum. Honestly, that's part of the reason why I don't color as many of the beetle pages that she makes, just because I don't like bugs. Joanna, thank you. It's a hype in chat for Joanna, exclamation point hi. Thank you so much, Joanna. Use those handy dandy hype emotes. Ice cream break, I love it, I love it. How long do you try to use a white gel pen before you accept it is dried up forever? If it's not running and I'm shaking it and shaking it and shaking it and it's not working, the other thing I'll do is, if it is a pen, let's see, these ones are a good example. Like for the sparkle pop, like I can't do it with the white gel pens. I mean, maybe I could if I worked with it and like pulled off the back of it. But if it's a kind of gel pen where you can take off the back, I'll unscrew it like so. You can see I've used this one quite a bit. And I will very carefully put my mouth on this end and I will blow, and that pushes the ink down through the bottom. But obviously if you can see the pen and you see that there's like no ink in it. A lot of them, you know, have see-through barrels, but if you can't see whether or not there's ink and you can't blow on the bottom, then I just, you know, scribble, 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 and if absolutely is nothing is coming out multiple times, even after I've shook, then yeah, I usually call GOD on it. All right, so now we're gonna use the dark bluish green right here. So the other butterfly isn't gonna look exactly like this butterfly, but what I'll be using is all the colors that I used on the rest of the page and alternating it. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the light emerald green. Oh, another Signo white. Oh, my white gel pens, I pulled the pen nib and cleaned it with warm water and a safety pin. Oh, okay, there you go. I've also heard, can't you like clean the tips with alcohol? I'm not positive. Maybe that's just specific kinds of pens. I can't say for sure because I don't know that I've ever tried that. I think a lot of times if I try it multiple times and try all my old tricks and it just doesn't work, then I'm like, all right, guess it's time to move on. There we go. So I'm just using the light emerald green. Yeah, absolutely, Kara. There is a link in the description below, as well as, I want to say, !Kalour. I was looking over all my, sorry, I want to fix this part right here. I was looking over all my commands yesterday, and I want to say it's either !Kalour or Kalours, but either way, the link for it is in the description below. Last I saw, they were less than $40, and it had a, I want to say $5 off coupon. So I think I added it up, and it was like $33 for the whole set. Yeah, I heard the alcohol thing too, but honestly, all tips are 50-50 for success. Exactly, yeah. Ooh, nice, D. Yeah, I scored some Prismacolor alcohol pens at Hobby Lobby when they're having a sale. It was so good. Like I said, I love a good sale. Hang on. I forgot to do the light emerald green here. There we go. And then the pale blue. There we go. And then we use the blender pen on that also. Okay. Go, and this one there. Because you could even do the two ribbons, two different colors. Sounds good, Della. Hi, Ronnie. Thank you. Okay. I know I keep spinning it. I apologize. We're going to go ahead and fill this in. And then we're just gonna, and I'm just kind of flattening the tooth of the paper, bringing up the vibrancy just a little bit. There we go. All right, so there is a girl and her butterfly. Let's zoom out for a second. Then we're gonna shift on down and we're gonna do the flowers. I'm really liking how she's turning out. She's really pretty. Sorry, not to toot my own horn here. Hi, Michaela. And that is the end of my coffee. All right, so let's do, because we also have a different colored leaf here, then I'm gonna color a different color than I colored these ones. How many words color can I fit in one sentence? You just have a link for the 180 color pencils, not the two. Yeah, I know. It's just the one because those are the ones that I'm using, but I'm sure that once you navigate to those colors, you can find the other ones. We are working in Magical Dawn by Hanna Karlzon. Thank you, Alex. All right, so let's, hi, Grumpy Stitcher. I saw Michaela say hi, Grumpy, and it's just, it makes me giggle every time. Like the kids got a book at the library the other day. It was just like, it was called Grumpy Pants, and it just makes me giggle. Just the word grumpy, like it's just so funny. Oh, Danielle, that's so cute. All right, so let's go ahead and work on the flowers. How many flowers do we have? These I think are the same, and so these are gonna be petals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. So we could do a couple different colors, but not like drastically different. So like more like purpley and magenta flowers, because we do have the purple colors, purple colors from her skin tone. I hear the 180, just the quality is better, not necessarily. Darn good page. Okay, to toot your own horn. I love it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it, Kenny. Like they found it yesterday and they absolutely loved it. All right, so there you go, Tanya. It has more colors. Hi, Celeste. How are you? All right, so let's go ahead and start with one of the flowers. We're gonna do, let's do a purple flower first, and then we will do a magenta flower. So we're gonna start with, we have pale purple and light purple, which are the two colors that we used on her arm. If you guys want a closer look as to what I'm talking about. So we did this kind of cool little purpley swirl on her skin tone. So we'll bring in some of that purple into the flower. So we're gonna start with pale purple, and a good majority of the color is going to be on the end of the petal while it's lighter on the inside. Because if you look at majority of flowers, that is generally the case, where the colors are richer at the end of the petal than it is at the base. All right, so let's go ahead and, so we're using the pale purple. See, do we have any other darker? I mean, yeah, there are darker purples, but now we'll leave it as is because these are the purples that we used on her, and I don't necessarily want really dark flowers. So we're gonna start with pale purple, and then we will go with light purple, and then we will use light yellow. And then we can use a white to blend if we feel like that's something that this petal would benefit from. How are we doing on time anyway? Oh, we still got like 50 minutes, so we're good. Well, I don't seem to remember. Shannon, was the quality of pencils different in the larger ones? I seem to remember that was a thing. So the ones that I have, they're the ones in the red tin. And honestly, I feel like this is more than enough colors. I think that if I had, what was it, 240, I would just get overwhelmed. Like, this is like the closest I want to get to a lot of colors. I mean, I have all the Black Widows, so that's like 144. And even that seems like it's too much sometimes. I do feel like that if you have all of the Black Widow sets, like the color choices are pretty well balanced. So the 180 was the better choice, yeah. I mean, I have no point of comparison because I don't have the larger one, but I'm perfectly happy with this one. Plus, if I got the larger one, I couldn't fit all of the colors on one page because then the text would be too small. And I like to fit all my colors on one page. Okay. So like I said, on Friday, we're gonna do a page by Maggie and Terios from Flowerscape. So if you have that book, we'll do that one. Whenever I get it scheduled, I'll say what pencils we're gonna be using because I don't know yet, but I'm leaning towards the Winsor & Newton. But I'll decide it after I choose a page. And then after the Maggie and Terios one, I'm not entirely sure what we'll do. Sorry, I know I'm spinning a lot. Welcome back, Kelly. Oh, there you go. There you go. I still have the additional swatch sheets on my to-do list. I will get to them at some point. That to-do list is growing by the mile. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and grab light purple. Here we go. We're definitely gonna add like some, I think maybe some pink for a shadow, since we're already using the complementary color of purple, which is yellow at the base of the petal. I'm not pressing too hard. It's a nice kind of light purple. Oh, they're only 25. Okay, awesome. Find they're smooth and pigment. Oh, nice. So how do you compare them to the 180 then in comparison to them? Black barrel, 2 and 40 have color barrels. I find that they are smooth and well pigmented. Interesting. What Tanya saying? Yeah, exactly. And that's why there's so many different sets out there, because there's usually something for everyone, whether it's budget, whether it's preference. Just because they're the fanciest, most expensive pencil doesn't guarantee that you'll like them. You gotta find just what works for you. Okay. Almost done with this. All right, let's go ahead and add our yellow. Welcome back, Kara. Okay, so light yellow. And then, yeah, we're definitely gonna add a little bit of the deep magenta, I think. Not a ton, but some. And then when we do a magenta flower, then we'll go ahead and use a little bit of green on it. These are pretty light right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab, woo! I didn't just throw a pencil. I definitely didn't. I blame my hands and my fingers. Wait, who's punching who? You haven't even opened your Holbeins? Oh my gosh, Joanna. All right, deep magenta. I don't think I could keep from opening them. Everybody talks about them. I'm not gonna lie, like my interest is definitely peaked a little bit. Okay. So we're using a little bit of that deep magenta on where the creases are. Okay, did that get yellow? That's so light I can't even tell what that got. We're definitely gonna do another layer. Just throw some plungers at her, there you go. Right, Danielle? Oh, I definitely have, I know it. I have to catch myself sometimes when I talk to other people, like outside of the coloring community about pencils, because I can go on and on and on about, you know, pencil brands and pencil quality and wood type and binding on them and everything else. In fact, when I met Johanna in Scotland, I swear like 50% of the conversation was just talking about art supplies. It's so funny. That and kids and family and stuff, but you know, stuff we have in common. Oh no, Renee. That's too bad. Okay, so we're just filling in with this, and then we're gonna go in with our purple again and get it just a little bit darker, and then we'll use our blender on top. Right, Joanna? Just get together as a whole. We need, like, you know, they have HOAs, you know, homeowner association. We need like a POA, pencil owner association. That could work, right? I have no current plans to. I think we just did, yeah, we just did the Arteza watercolors. I used those ones because they were, I had more color selections than I did in the Albrecht Dürer ones. But I have no immediate plans to. All right, we're using pale purple again. So many pencils, so little time. It's a rough combination. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was a trip to remember. I had so much fun on that trip. It'd be nice to go and do it again. I feel like, not just, you know, to go see Johanna again, but I feel like there was so much stuff that I wanted to see, but couldn't fit in the week that I was there. Like, I would have loved to make it all the way up to Inverness or all the way down to like Glasgow or any of those. Like, I just want to like get a camper van and tour the entirety of the UK, take a little, you know, plane hop, or I don't know, is it plane or by ferry when you go to Ireland? You know, add Ireland in on the little tour and just do the whole thing. Just get a little camper van and travel the whole length of it. We did get over to Doon Castle though, that was nice. Not sure why what. Let's see. I'm over pencil reviews. $0.07 a piece, right? Exactly. All right, let's see. Oh, nice, Brittany. Bob says ferry. Okay, yeah, so you could take a little ferry over. All right, light purple, which would work out well if I have a little camper van. I don't know, you can rent campers, can't you? Then you wouldn't have to stay at a hotel. I don't know how much that would differ from like renting a car, but that just seems like a really good way to see it all, is just to take a little camper van and just, you know, travel everywhere. Then you don't have to worry about like getting a hotel everywhere you go. Just make the rounds. I'm gonna take like a whole summer and I'm just gonna drive everywhere. And of course, we'll have to add some like pit stops to go visit people from, you know, the online community, right? The castles that I did see in Scotland, like they were amazing. You can rent campers? Yeah, see, that would be totally a thing. All right, so medium violet red. That could be totally a thing. I would definitely live out of a camper to make the whole trip through Scotland. Like that would be cool. Medium violet red, Scotland, UK, Ireland, like all of it. Well, I guess technically Scotland. It's Ireland that isn't a part of the UK, right? They're their own, I don't know, it's also confusing. But Scotland is a part of the UK, right? I don't know, any UKers can help me out with geography. Steve is probably cringing, he probably knows the answer. Okay, so that's the medium violet red. Let's go ahead and get some of this light yellow. Right, Kelly? Yeah, when I went, my mother came with me and she had to do the driving because I was too scared to drive on the wrong side of the road, on the wrong side of the wheel. I couldn't do it. I can drive a stick, but... Well, yeah, it's connected, but I think technically, like, it's not part of the UK. Like, it's its own little entity. It's UK? Okay. That's good, Don. Yes, you're right. Ireland is separate from the rest of the UK. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Only part of Ireland was part of the UK. See, it's so confusing. Yeah, Scotland is part of Great Britain. Geography, man. It's a struggle. I can barely get through the USA geography, let alone geography from other countries. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use our blender now. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even in frame. Oh my gosh. North of Ireland is part of the UK? Okay. Try the German Autobahn, drive fast and get run over. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cool. All right, so let's see. We're gonna go ahead and use the blender. We're gonna darken this up a little bit. But I mean, I'd love to do that anywhere. Can you imagine just like taking a camper van like through Europe? Travel the world, get a little camper van. There's this guy that I follow on Instagram. His account is called The World Walk. And he literally just like, he took 2 years and he walked around the entire world. Now, obviously he didn't cover every inch of the world because, you know, that's not very realistic, but he did go through like every country. It was a pretty amazing thing to follow. He just made it back. Juicy. I remember I had this little game. I can't remember what it was, but it was this little, I don't know, some of you may be familiar with it, but it was this little thing like this. And I could put cards in it and like it helped me memorize the different countries in like South America. I wish I could remember what it was. Okay. So that was the purple. I feel like I want to add, let's do just a little bit more deep magenta on it. And also let's keep it in frame, that'd be helpful. Sounds good, Renee. Drive safe, have a good day at work. All right, so deep magenta. I mean, if you could visit any one country and like travel around, what would it be? I wouldn't mind New Zealand either. New Zealand is really pretty, but that's mostly just because I like The Lord of the Rings. All right. There we go. All right. I'm okay with that, where that's at. Aw, thanks, Renee. Ooh, that's cool, Joanna. Northern Ireland is part of the UK. Okay, ooh, Kelly's is Ireland. See, right there with you. Right? Curse that adulting. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and use deep magenta, and let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's do this flower in deep magenta. Okay, so I'm gonna press a little bit harder because I wanna make sure that this flower looks darker than the dress, but we're gonna use the light yellow in it also. So we're gonna start by kind of following lines and creases of the flower. And then, in fact, instead of, do I want to use that light pink? We also have this pink out that we used for her skin tone, Sakura, so we might use that too. Right? Google's good at that. All right, so deep magenta. There we go. A bit there. Does anybody have any plans for this weekend? I know it seems like we just got started with this week, but you know, in my head, I'm like, woo, weekend. Of course, the more weekends that pass, the closer we are to the kids going back to school. So maybe I don't want to do that because I am not prepared. I haven't gotten anything yet. Oh my goodness. Okay. So undependable, yeah. We have a converted ambulance that we travel in. It's so cool. Oh, that's awesome, Kelly. Talk about reutilizing. That is so cool. I love those little kind of, I don't know, like I mentioned before, I really like Elsa Ray and Baron on YouTube, and I love seeing kind of how they utilize their small space. They have a scamp trailer that they live in, and they do all kind of stuff. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, woo, weekend. Wait, what did Shannon say? Shannon just did a facepalm. Okay. There you go. You could ship the Ambo to Ireland and just travel around that. Ooh, very nice. I'll be honest. I'm not exactly sure what Common Core English and math are, but they do learn English and math. I'm not sure what Common Core is versus the other, but they like it. All right, deep magenta. I don't know. I was not a math person when I was in school. That was the one I probably struggled with the most. I don't know. I can't do numbers. But here's my thing. Like, I feel like there's some skills that they should be teaching us in school that they just don't. There's this Instagrammer that I follow, and she did this post about what they're teaching kids in school, and they're like, "Oh, great! So you're teaching them how to do their taxes, right?" And they're like, "Actually, no." And they're like, well, "What are you teaching?" The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, like all these things that, of course, you know, we don't, unless you are going into that field. Like, I feel like it's not super relevant, and that a lot of us would probably benefit more from like home ec, or how to do your taxes, or how to save. Oh, look what I did! Oh no. Oh well, we'll fix it. You know, how to save for a house, how to survive as a basic human being. Did I study music? No, I did not. I studied art, actually. I was an art major when I was in school. Heather Violet. I mean, we did have, you know, music classes and stuff. I was in choir. Fun fact, I was in choir with the little girl from Jurassic Park. She's very nice. Oh, interesting. Huh. What did Joanna say? I missed it. Where's it? Not a thing, just a facepalm. Oh, okay, you're about to find out. Hi, Catherine, how are you? Right? Good life skills. Yeah, no, I just, you know, I feel like they've changed how to solve math problems. But I guess as long as my kids get what they're supposed to be doing, that's what's most important. To be perfectly honest, when they schooled at home, because of the pandemic, Steve helped them with a lot of their stuff because he's just very analytical that way. I'm like, I'll help you with your art projects and the fun stuff, but I can't help you with the math, kid. Oh, dream big and be kind. Gotcha. I don't know why I'm not seeing. I'm in live chat. Hang on. Okay, there's Joanna. Nervous traveling right now is so undependable. Why don't I see Joanna's comment? Oh, he said Shannon is looking for a job. Well, that is so weird, Joanna. Tired of doctors? Oh, Catherine, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I can't with math. That's weird. It's not showing me. Sorry, I'm just looking real quick. I'm on live chat, but for some reason, it's not showing me all of Joanna's comments. Huh. That's weird. Okay, well, apparently YouTube doesn't want to show me what everybody else is saying, like not all the comments. So if I miss yours, it's probably because YouTube's just not showing it to me. That's so weird. Nightbot be protecting me. Oh no. Yeah, that's weird. It's not showing me some stuff. Oh, weird. No, you didn't get timed out. It's just not showing everything that you're saying that apparently everyone else is seeing. It just makes you wonder, how much more am I missing? So yeah, if I ignore or miss your comment, I'm sorry. YouTube's just choosing not to show it to me. We're gonna use light yellow. I've got it on live chat. I've got all 3 computer screens here on live chat. Weird. Weird, weird. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do a little bit of, hi Tracy. What happened to the timestamp that used to be in chat? I think they got rid of it. They did an update on it. All right, so now we're gonna do medium green. Just a little bit on the petal. There we go. Then we're gonna use a little bit more of that magenta to kind of make that a little bit more of a smoother blend. And then we're gonna do the inside portion here too. We're gonna use that brick red to work on that one. Right? We're just goofing off, that's fair. I know, like there was something I was looking at that got rid of another timestamp and you could like slide it to the, swipe it to the right or the left, but that didn't work for it. Okay, so we're just gonna use a little bit of this medium green. And then let's go ahead and grab our deep magenta again. Oh, I love it, Catherine. All right, so deep magenta over the top of the green, just to make it an easier blend here. Not quite a drop off color. Go. And right here. There we are. All right, now we're gonna use that burnt brick red. Welcome back, Dawn. Okay, and we are going to work on that very lightly. And when we get all these colors in, then we'll go ahead and use our blender pencil. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna use the Sakura. Oh, interesting. I wonder, Della. I'll have to look into it. All right, Sakura. Slightly warmer pink than the other ones, which is why I'm using it here. I know it looks pretty similar, but what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna grab the, let's see, let's grab the sky blue. We're just gonna put just a little bit of that on these middle little fronds, stamen, I don't know, what would you call these? There we go. All right, let's go ahead and use our blender. Thanks, Kara. Right, Della? Do you have the timestamp still? You know, some of them, like, it's like they're rolling out different features. I keep seeing people complain on Instagram about the new layout. I don't have it yet, though. And I know Facebook is rolling out a new one, but I don't have any of the new ones. Some of them, you know, some people are pretty upset about the changes, and that just almost makes me dread it, because I was like, I know it's coming, but I don't have it yet. I guess like Instagram's trying hard to be like TikTok, I suppose. But I don't know. I watch TikToks, and obviously I've been doing a few more reels on Instagram, but I don't really talk the tick very much. I don't know. I just feel like there's just a different energy over there. I definitely like Instagram better for artwork. Okay, so I'm gonna use this little tiny Prismacolor white here, and I want to use it on these petals. I'm gonna smooth this out a little bit more and lighten it just a little bit. And I am pressing pretty hard.
long as I'm not tearing a hole in the page, I'm good to go. Right? Exactly. I ended up downloading it because of Shannon, honestly, and I was just like, all right, we'll give it a shot. And then every now and then, if I'm like waiting for something or I'm bored and I've looked through like Instagram already, I'm like, meh, let's check and see what trends are going on TikTok. The top tick. I have an account over there. Like I claimed an Emily Illustrator account just because I wanted to make sure that if I did decide to ever do it, I wanted to make sure that I could get my name. So a few of you have actually followed me. I don't ever post anything on there. Maybe I will someday. If I get enough reels going on over here, then maybe I'll re-upload them over there. But yeah, I just don't know how much traction I would get over there. So for now, I just use it to watch nonsense. Shannon. Yeah, Instagram, exactly. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out. There we go. Okay, so those are some of the flowers there. Now what I want to do is I want to do some of these leaves, and we're going to bring in some of this blue to the leaves. We're going to make it kind of a blue-green leaf, and then we have her boot and her sash. You're proud of that, aren't you, Shannon? Okay, so the difference between the two leaves here, we got the stripy ones, we got the non-stripy ones. And yes, I turned it, but that's because I want my hand to be comfortable. So we are going to start with dark bluish green. And then we're gonna go into sky blue, and we're gonna go into, where's my light blue? Where'd it go? I'm losing my mind. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna go dark bluish green, sky blue, and pale blue. Shannon, I ain't even sorry. I will claim my ID on TikTok, but won't use it because it's a heavy phishing site. Oh, is it really? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll watch stuff on there. And like I think I posted something once, and it was when I finished that polymer clay dragon, but then I took it down because I was just like, I don't know that I want to do this. So yeah, I don't know. If I get enough reels to post, then maybe I'll post. But honestly, it'll be the same stuff that I post on Instagram. I'm not going to make separate content. Okay. I don't know. I've looked for coloring stuff over on TikTok, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to navigate it very well. But I don't know. I haven't found too much. I mean, is there much of a coloring community? I mean, obviously, like there's a few of you guys that I followed that post coloring stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I just haven't like found the right ones, and so TikTok hasn't been showing them to me. But thanks, Alex. But I don't know. Is there much of a coloring community over there at all? All right, sky blue. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get like kind of a blue-green flower. And then let's see, pale blue. Oh my gosh, Ronnie. Okay, and then we're gonna use the sky blue on this side as well. And then the pale blue. Okay. Then we're gonna use a little bit of the burnt brick red. Because like if there's not a coloring community over there, I don't see how much traction it would get. It's an endless rabbit hole, right? Oh, I'm so glad, Christina. Thank you, Yuna. So I'm gonna do the other color leaf here so you can see the difference of them together. Gosh, it would help if I kept things in frame. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna blend this real quick. There we go. Okay. And then for this other leaf, we used the forest green, the spring green, and the burnt brick red. Right, Kelly? I know. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to keep posting everywhere. Half the time I forget one, because like if I post something, I'll post it, you know, on the Emily Illustrator Facebook group, Facebook page, Discord. Look at this. I've got gel pen all over my hands. This pink was from last night. The Discord, YouTube, if I'm in a specific coloring group for that specific illustrator, Instagram, like all the things. All right, forest green. I don't know, if I were to choose any platforms that I probably keep up with the most, like main social media, it'd be, you know, Instagram and YouTube. And then obviously I try to post everywhere else, but Instagram and YouTube are probably my most active. Okay. YouTube and occasional Facebook and Instagram. See? Rabbit holes, Reddit. Oh, yeah. I discovered a Merlin Reddit the other day and I almost like, because sometimes, you know, when you, okay, so Spring Green, like I think I was Googling something about the show, like a question that I had, and up popped a Reddit thread. And that's when I realized, I'm like, oh my God, there's a subreddit for Merlin. No, I'm never going to leave. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and use the Burnt Brick Red. Those subreddits, man, when you find them for like your favorite shows, it's just like, oh man. Okay, and then we're gonna use Forest Green again. Green frame still, yes, okay. All right, there we go, and then we're gonna use our blender. Right, those subreddits, man. The only time I ever posted on Reddit was in a subreddit for Animal Crossing, because I posted an Animal Crossing house that I made back when this was before they got the new update for you could decorate things, and I had made a Star Trek themed Animal Crossing house. I was pretty proud of that. Run, Emily, run! I know, right? All right, so we're gonna do this petal here in the blue again. So we're gonna grab the, you have the Harry Potter cookbook? I saw it at Walmart last week. No, I have the, obviously, like I've got the books on Audible. I used to have the physical books, but they got ruined. Let's see, dark bluish green. I have the Tales of Beetle the Bard, but I don't think I have the cookbook. I'm not seeing it on either of my bookshelves from where I can sit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like this is a nerdy side of me that I don't talk about too much, but I like to play Minecraft with the kids and the family, and we play it as a family. So if I have been getting any books that aren't coloring books or aren't, you know, work-related books, it's Minecraft books. I know, I'm in my 30s and I play Minecraft, but say what you want, that game is friggin' fun, man, and especially because I can play it with the kids and like, it's good bonding time. I think it's good for me because it's endless creativity and I love it. Ah, thanks, Ronnie. Keep in touch with coloring groups and play Scrabble with a friend. See, there you go. What is Reddit? So Reddit is kind of like it's a website where people can discuss specific things. For instance, Steve really likes to follow Lord of the Rings Reddit. And so people will post discussion topics or they'll just post memes or whatever. See, Kelly, exactly. Oh, awesome, Della. See, there you go, Catherine. It's fun. Do I play it even when I'm not playing with the kids? Absolutely, I do. You know, everyone needs a hobby. And it's more fun than you realize. If you're a creative person, like you'd probably be surprised how much fun you would have with that game. How's that nerdy? Good parenting. Ah, yay. All right, pale blue. I mean, if you guys got me talking about Minecraft, like I would probably just go on and on. Gonna get into Minecraft, but all my kids play. I play Animal Crossing with my kids. See, I like Animal Crossing and I do play with it, but I find that I'm using the dark bluish green, that I've gotten bored with it. I love the creativity and the endless like customization of like a Minecraft world. Oh, they're intense, Angela. They're so intense. So Burnt Brick Red. Sometime last year, I play on a server with other adults my age, and it's a server, which means that basically you can log on anytime and it's an open world and you can go and, you know, build stuff and everything. But it's kind of like a community where we each contribute something to it. Now this was like sometime last year that I built it. But in there there's villagers that you can turn into librarians where you can buy enchantments for your tools, make things work faster, like all that kind of stuff. So what I did is I built this building and then filled it with enough librarians so that I could have a librarian for every enchantment book. Anyway, ended up having like 50 librarians in it, and like I had to get them all in the right if you understand Minecraft, you understand that that's actually a huge feat to get all the librarians to sell a specific item. But I was really proud of it, and it looks really cool. And because it's on a community server, like everybody can utilize it. So it was fun. Again, this was last year sometime, but still, I enjoy it. You play on PC? Have you heard about Valheim? It's access on Steam. It's awesome around running around as a Viking explorer. Yes, I play on PC. And hi, Fran. And yes, I've heard of Valheim. I have some streamer friends who have played it, and it looks like fun. I haven't tried it myself yet, but you say it's on sale on Steam? Oh, it's early access on Steam. I'll take a look. A couple of granddaughters that live far away. This is a great way to connect. See, exactly. Alex, I guess we're all nerdy then. I have a purple house with a garden and a horse, but I love it. You're 40, you play with my teenagers. Oh wait, Alex, you play Minecraft? That's amazing, I love it. I'm an old lady, but I adore Minecraft. See, I think honestly, okay, this may be an unpopular opinion, okay? But I honestly think that as much as people give people a hard time for being nerdy or dorky or whatever for enjoying it, I think it kind of goes right hand in hand with our coloring love, because, you know, sometimes if you tell somebody, like, you should see the looks on faces I get from people, like when I tell them that I color on YouTube. They look at me like I'm a nut job. But, you know, we are a niche community and there is a love for it. And if somebody doesn't understand it, then they have a hard time understanding why they enjoy it. But I think that's the thing with anything. I think if there's a video game that you love, I don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about. With Hogwarts, that's awesome, Alex. I don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about the video game. Like, I would rather enjoy a video game and play and spend time with my kids than, you know, I mean, I have other hobbies I enjoy, yes, but I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying video games. Keeps you young. Oh my gosh, Alex, that's so cool. My son is doing custom mods in Minecraft. He's done some great stuff. See, that's the great thing too about, like, because there's two different versions of Minecraft. We're gonna do forest green now. There is a bedrock version, which is available on PC, yes, but it's also the version that you would play if you were playing on like mobile or you know, on the Switch or, you know, the Nintendo Switch or whatever else. And then there's the Java version, and the Java version allows you to make a bunch of modifications and really personalize it. Oh yeah, for sure. I still watch cartoons and animated movies. See, exactly. If you're happy, then that's all that matters. Right? Exactly, Fran, exactly. All right, so we're gonna do forest green. And I really enjoy, like, honestly, like if it's a weekend, like Steve will get on, the kids will get on, and we all play together and run around, and it's fun. The kids enjoy it, I enjoy it. It's great. Oh my goodness, Danielle, that's exciting. It is addictive, absolutely. Light emerald green, especially when you have people to play with, it just makes it that much more fun. All right, light emerald green. Oh, wait. That's not the right color. I'm so distracted by Minecraft, I grabbed the wrong color. No! That's okay. That's what the handy dandy eraser's for. All right, let's see. Playing Minecraft is like learning a new language, but when I get to spend a couple hours a week with granddaughters, it draws us even closer. Right, Kelly? Exactly. So spring green. Besides, I'd like to think that I'm a cool mom since I know all about Minecraft. The kids want a Minecraft birthday party this year, so I gotta start planning out some themes. Like, we went and did a Minecraft themed event with the kids this summer, and you better believe I was the cool mom because I knew all about it, and I brought some props. I made these little Minecraft pieces out of cardboard and painted them. I was the cool mom. In the world, exactly. I've been playing Overcooked 2 with my daughter the last week or so. It's a fun way to connect with my kids. Wait, what's Overcooked 2? Post a picture in time to nerd out. Oh yeah, let me pull it up. I actually opened Discord beforehand. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it needs a minute to show up. Like, maybe I need to refresh it. I'll look again after stream. You are a cool grandma. Thanks, Joanna. I'm a cool mom. It's interesting though, because the kids, there are some safe YouTubers that I allow the kids to watch that keep everything, you know, family friendly. And they watch them, you know, build and, you know, play and just all kinds of stuff, you know, but it's all very appropriate. I'm pretty strict about what they get to watch, but it's just so funny because it's their version of like, this is their celebrity and who they would love to meet. Oh, there it is. Unofficial Harry Potter. Oh, that's cool. I like it, Della. Sorry, it just popped up. And it's so funny because they're like, I wish I could play with her, but it's just so cute because who they find as a celebrity that they look up to is so different than a celebrity I would have looked up to as a kid, you know? Oh, really? Okay, I'll have to look into it. I'm gonna write it down. Overcooked. You have to put together cooked dishes and serve them, and it gets time, so it gets crazy. Where's my tortilla? Oh, no, okay. Overcooked. I'll look it up. Is it on Steam or is it on the Switch? What platform is it on? Oh, that's adorable, Danielle. I love that. Okay, so we've done some of the leaves and we've done some of the flowers. And so what I'll do is that I'll alternate the rest of the flowers and leaves that'll come out here. So what this is gonna do is the blue is gonna bring it, kind of draw in from the hair and the butterfly and everything else. So now we're gonna shift down. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm gonna do some of this bottom sash here and then the shoe. And then that should cover everything on this page for us. We play on the Switch. Okay, cool, I'll have to check it out. For the Switch, they were running a deal. Melissa, you'll get a kick out of this. They were running a deal. We're gonna use dark bluish green. They were running a deal on all of the Lego Harry Potter games, and I got the entire set of Lego Harry Potter on the Switch because I already had a copy of it on my computer, but I got the entire set of the Lego Harry Potter games on the Switch, and so the kids and I have been slowly going through that. I think the only thing I don't like about the Lego Harry Potter version is you can't just stop in the middle of a level and save it and quit. You play on Steam and PS4. Okay, awesome. You have to play the level through before you can end. And that sucks because then you're like, each level can take upwards of 20 to 30 minutes. And did I hurt my finger? I feel like I got a paper cut. Anyway, it can take you anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. So you're like locked into that level until you're done. And I'm just like, I'd like to be able to just pause and save and quit when I need to, rather than, you know, being stuck in a level. Okay. There we go. All right, so then we're gonna grab the, let's see, what did I do in here? We're gonna do the light emerald. We're gonna do this one a little bit in this corner. Not much, because we're gonna bring in the blue. There we go. And then we're gonna bring in the light blue. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna do the medium violet red. Now, I really like video games. I always have, and I feel like it's great with hand-eye coordination, and as long as you're not like letting it take over your life, you know, everything in moderation. I feel like it's a really good outlet, especially these days, you know, when the pandemic came down and now it's like bajillion degrees outside. Like if you're stuck inside, it's a great way to socialize with your friends without, you know, potentially being, you know, overheated. I'd like to be a giant, thanks, not a rodent. Okay, well, what about if you're you? Like it's more like the size of a small hamster. Like have you ever heard like of the borrowers? You know, like that size people. But in the Borrows instance, like people were after them when they realized they were that small. So without people coming after you, but just, you know, the size of a small hamster. Okay. Just living your life like normal, but a small hamster. Okay, so for the little dots on the bottom of her skirt, I am gonna use gel pen, but since we're doing the shoe, I am not going to put the gel pen yet because since I already smeared it up here, I don't wanna smear it again. Oh, okay, very cool. I didn't snap it. There was no snappage. Was there snappage? Maybe I did. Catherine, you'll like this too. Shannon came up with the name and then I added this exclamation point. Bloop. Bloop. Did it snap? I didn't even notice it snapped. There you go. As the lead dejectedly falls to the desk, a sad bloop can be heard emitting from the barrel of the pencil. Yeah, see, so that's what I'm thinking, like borrower size. I think that'd be cute. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the dark bluish green. Like, I think almost like Stuart Little, or like I said, like Arietti, like all of that. I think it'd be cute. All right, for her shoes, she has got these cool little boots going on. I think that she should have some boots just as cool as she is. So let's have fun with it. I'll just call off the colors. Nope, giant, okay. Oh, the blender tip. Oh, poor blender tip. All right, so we're gonna start with dark Prussian blue. We're gonna have fun with these shoes. Okay, we're gonna go right to the edge before we get to the tongue of the shoe. Okay, so dark Prussian blue. And we're going to turn it here. I'm also gonna keep it in frame. That would be helpful. Okay. And then we're gonna put a little bit of dark Prussian blue here. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to grab where's the magenta? Deep magenta. Right, exactly, Alex. Wait, lashing from Outlander? Wait, what are you talking about? I like that. Bloop, right, exactly. I'm talking super tiny with wings, you know, like a fairy. I can get on board with that. I like it. Little Tinkerbell size. All right, deep magenta. There we go. Kind of blend that in with the blue. Since we're only doing one shoe, we might as well take our time and have fun with it. Okay. Not doing the heel or the toe yet. We might do it a little bit different. Okay, let's go ahead and grab, Tinkerbell size. Yeah, if you had the ability to fly, that would make it even better. All right, we're gonna use the pale blue. Blend that in with the pink a little bit. We're giving her a little tie-dye shoe. Okay, and then let's get the Sakura. Well, I mean, yeah, I would too, but I don't know why that's funny. Okay, Sakura. There we go. All right, now I want to blend this just a little bit more, so we're going to take our white. Right, I know, Della, that's such a thing that I would do, absolutely. Okay. There we go. All right, now for the heel and the toe, let's get some purple. Okay, and we're gonna use the pale purple. Let's see. Let's do it just here, and we'll leave that line for some glitter. Okay, pale purple there. Pale purple here. We're gonna fade that out. And then we're gonna grab the light kind of magenta-y pink, the heather violet. Just gonna go light here, light there. She's got some character in her shoes. I know, right? Yeah, I've got a whole drawer of them. I'm using it up best I can. All right, then we're gonna do, there we go. And then let's do the purple here as well. Okay, and then the Sakura. No, sorry, not the Sakura. I did the heather violet. Okay. And I think I'll skip the white because it's so tiny, but we are gonna take this dark Prussian blue. We're gonna press kind of hard, and we're gonna do this on the inside holes because those would be kind of dark, right? Okay, and then we have the sole of her shoe. Let's go ahead and do the burnt brick red. Okay. And then we're going to do heather violet. There we go. She's gonna have some red shoes there. And then blender. And then we're gonna break out, let's see. Let's do pink laces and let's see, pink laces and let's do green. Do pink and green. Let's grab our super glitter gel pens. So we're gonna do this light green and pink. Okay, let's do pink for these lines on the boots. one, we're gonna add some extra bedazzling to her shoe there. And then we're gonna use the green. Okay, some green laces. Make sure that one's all the way filled in. And then we have the bottom of her skirt. And let's see, do I want to do pink or green? I think I actually want to do the light green for the very bottom of her skirt. Kind of tie in with those leaves a little bit. And so that would get drawn all the way across from the bottom. There we go. Okay, I think we've touched on just about everything. Let's zoom out here. Okay. Oh, is Kelly heading out? Oh, bye, Alex. Bye, Kelly. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's go ahead. So we've got the leaves, we've got the shoes. Getting a little bit of light glare here so you can see, but there we go. So that is, obviously we brought in the blue color into the leaves, and then we'll have alternating purple and magenta leaves, or not leaves, purple and magenta flowers. And then of course we'll do the butterfly in similar colors to what we did for the other butterfly. But then that is about it. I think we successfully touched on everything, which is perfect timing because it is 12 o'clock straight up. So that is I think it for this page. I'll finish this one up and get it posted. I'm not sure when, but I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out. We did it with the Kalours, a few gel pens, a little Posca pen, but yeah, I think that's good. And then Friday we will do Flowerscape, and I'm leaning towards Winsor & Newton pencils, but I'll let you know for sure once I pick the page. But yeah, thank you everyone for being here with me. And let's see, oh, Fly Panther, thank you for subscribing. And Deborah Kirkpatrick, thank you for subscribing. Joanna and Kara, thank you for your super chats. You are all so sweet. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. We're gonna finish out the rest of the week on Friday. So have a good rest of your week. You know, stay healthy, stay safe, keep being awesome. And yeah, I will chat with you all in a couple of days. All right, bye.